Oh my gosh! Hello, happy day after Christmas. Welcome to Chubs Gone Wild. This is episode 474, which was recorded on December 26, 2022. Like I said, the day after Christmas. This is actually Boxing Day. Oh, by the way, it is apparently 47 and cloudy outside the Chubs Gone Wild studios, and I believe we're expecting rain this week.
A huge amount of rain.
That's wonderful. It's gonna be so cool. I'm just
Problem is that it's not cool. It's not cool enough. The snow, it won't be coming down under, like, well, they said it could be anywhere between 7 and 10,000 feet.
oh, and we need it lower than that.
Well, what happens is when it's lower than that, that means they're getting rain. So all the snow that they do have is being like melted by the rain.
Right.
So which means we get a glut of the snow water
Mhm.
coming down here way too early. I mean, we're since winter's technically started, we should not be having a tropical rainstorm coming at us.
That is true. And plus it also messes up the ski resorts.
Well, yeah, that's the
But
main thing.
yeah. Well, hopefully it'll cool off a little bit. We can hope. We can cross our fingers. Today is Kwanzaa, and for those, because I know you're going to ask, Kwanzaa is an annual celebration of the African American culture from December 26th to January 1st, culminating in a communal feast called Karamu. And no, that's not Karamo.
Oh, okay. Because I was going, wow, they throw a feast for him.
I know, I would throw a feast for him. He's a beautiful man. But this is Karamu, usually on the sixth day, and it was created by activist Molana Karen
I
Za.
love her,
Karen
Moana.
Za.
Wasn't
Now,
she?
now,
She was
you're
Hawaiian.
borderline making fun.
No, she's
Careful.
Hawaiian. Get it? Okay, I'm confused.
No, she's an activist,
Okay.
and this is based on the African Harvest Festival traditions from various parts of West and Southeast Africa. And actually, one of the places that it is based on, is where I had family come from. So it's very interesting. However, I don't feel that, I participate in this, of course. But anyone that does out there, any of our listeners, happy Kwanzaa. And also to those in the Commonwealth and Great Britain, happy Boxing Day. And I know that you're going to ask, so I pulled the definition. So Boxing Day, which is not here in America, is in the Commonwealth and countries, especially particularly Australia, Canada, and New Zealand, which is where Arthur Ambrose is. And it is on this day that the servants, which servants, trade people, and poor traditionally are presented with gifts. By the 21st century, it had become a day associated with shopping and sports events. But anyway, basically it was, after the poor and the servants had to give up their Christmas to cater to the rich Christmas, they get today off.
And usually, I mean, it was tradition that what food was remaining from Christmas with the rich people
Mhm.
got sent home with the servants, who some even, they live in the house.
Mhm.
The day they would live in the house, they would take it home to their relatives who usually were somewhat nearby, and they would spend the 26th with them
Yeah,
because they had to work over the holidays, so they get the next.
right.
I'm just wondering what happens to those poor rich people when they can't get out of bed because they've got no one there to put their clothes on.
I know. What's that about?
And what do you
They
mean
just
we
lay in
make
bed all day going, why? I can't do anything.
Well, and I'm just wondering how many staff doesn't get to go home on the 26th because the rich people were just helpless.
Uh-huh. And they pretty much were. I mean, you watch some of the even why am I not remember even Downton Abbey. they could barely put on their clothes by the end of the show when they didn't have servants anymore.
Right. Well, what I loved was they said to um uh oh, what was just a minute. It was I was watching the show on Downton Abbey, and basically they had people who were completely versed in the proper etiquette for everything that would go on at that time period between servants and the house
Like
and
a
every,
dramaturg.
so one of the things was that they never said thank you
Mm-hmm.
because they had the servants did so much for them that all the rich people would be saying was thank you all day long,
Right.
and
Exactly.
and we couldn't have that.
Nope. Nope. That would get old very quickly. Well, happy Boxing Day. Happy Kwanzaa, first day of Kwanzaa. And also, it is 6 days until 2023. Wow, that's amazing. Also, it's 21 days till Martin Luther King Jr. Day, and 309 until Halloween, and 364 days until next Christmas.
Yeah, Martin Luther King's Day is. I've got a cactus, a Martin Luther King Day cactus.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know there was one. Hmm.
Well, it was supposed to be a Thanksgiving cactus, but now it blooms on Martin Luther King's birthday.
Oh, well, that's cool.
Yeah, yeah, it's a little odd, but it's still a nice little bright light in the middle of January.
Yes. All right. Patreon offers folks a way to support creators and receive rewards not open to the general public, like special podcasts, videos, books, and more. And we want to thank our current patrons, Clint, Nephi, Nick, DJ Sausage from the Univaz, Eric, Sean, Charles, Brother Sinatus, Phoenix Dave, Kingsley, and Moose P. Please visit patreon.com/Matt Burlingame and see how you can join for as little as $1 a month. And also, I did hear that Mr. Charles enjoyed his Christmas package that he won from us, our year-end giveaway. So that was very sweet. Since he lives the part of the year, he likes to live the nudist lifestyle. We sent him a little Santa ornament, naked. It's very cute. It's very, very cute. Anyway. All right. On December 26, 1973, The Exorcist, a horror film starring actress Linda Blair as a girl possessed by an evil spirit, makes its debut in theaters. It will go on to earn a reputation as one of the scariest movies in history. Ho, ho, ho. What? I remember you talking about when you were working in theater and you saw it.
You're wrong.
No? Oh, your parents took you to see it.
Yes,
That's the one. Okay.
we saw it on a Sunday matinee. So
Dang.
that way. Well, I remember it was because we didn't see it the first week. I think we saw it right around wherever New Year's was, because the next day I was supposed to go back to school. So whatever that
Mm.
Monday was. So maybe, yeah, whatever that Monday was. And I remember that I was fine with the movie. We got out and it was bright sunlight. I wasn't
Mm.
nervous or anything. And everything was fine the whole day until I got home and went to bed and realized I had the room with the attic open. So, and then that kept me awake all night.
When I finally got my own room, I had the room with the attic and we had rats up there because it was an old farmhouse. So yeah, that was scary as a kid. Um, So yeah, I actually saw it when it was re-released about, I don't know what, 15 years ago or something like that. Clint and I went and saw it in the theater, and we weren't scared. I mean, I was a little scandalized maybe, but I wasn't scared at anything except, and I was prepared for the crab walk because they added that back into it, where she crab walks down the stairs. Um, but the phone rang, and when the phone rang, it was like 20 decimals above everything else, and it scared everybody in that theater. Oh, so anyway,
Well, you got to remember that before that movie came out, there
mhm,
was no Michael Myers, there
mhm,
was no Freddy Krueger, there was no
Leatherface.
Jason Voorhees or
Yeah.
Leatherface or any of that stuff. That all came afterwards. Um, and actually, the closest thing to that was probably Black Christmas.
Mm.
And Black Christmas was Bob Clark's movie. Bob Clark, who later on did A Christmas Story, so actually did two Christmas movies. Strange, but yeah, that was the one where that was the calls coming from inside the house came from that movie original.
Okay. I know.
Not Have You Checked the Children? It
Yeah.
was well, there's a call. It was a sorority house, and so it's like the calls coming from inside the house, and
Mm.
it's like, oh my god, the killer's been here the whole time. Oh, scary movie.
I
But
think Nephi told
that
me
was
a
the one that
story.
actually. That's the one that actually spawned on all those other serial killer movies,
Uh,
the Halloweens and uh, the Friday the 13th and the Nightmare on Elm Streets. They
mm,
were all inspired by Black Christmas, and nobody remembers Black Christmas.
mm-mm. I mean, I know the title, but I know the calls coming in from side the house. That really became a cultural reference.
Right.
In fact, I think I remember Nephi telling me that he saw that and that scared him. But yeah, you're right. That would have scared if I had seen that back then in that circumstance, it
Yeah,
would
in
have
an
scared
era
the piss
of,
out of
I mean, there were some scary movies before that, but they weren't the same kind of scary.
me.
You
Right.
know, they really weren't. They weren't terrifying. They weren't terrifying at all. And the thing was that they built up so much bullshit on, oh my God, we've got doctors and nurses waiting in the lobby for people who have panic attacks. And I mean, there were people fainting, and you just all you have to do is give the idea that something like this is happening. And even if it only happens once,
Yeah.
you can get it in the papers. Everybody, oh, I gotta go see the movie now. It must be horrifying.
Um, yeah. All right. Well, today's affirmation, take a deep breath with me. I pay my bills with love as abundance flows freely through me every 15th of the month after Christmas. Anyway, sorry, that was a Bewitched reference. Hmm. I did get to watch that actually. The Sugar
Did you
Plums
just
one.
throw up in your mouth a little bit?
What's that?
Just throw up in your mouth.
No, but if I do, I'll let you know because I know that that excites you.
I know that it just looked like you did though. It was weird.
Oh, well, I'm glad that you're paying attention to me. Hey, guess what? Holidays that we celebrated today. Boxing Day.
Boxing Day. Yeah.
Yes. National Candy Cane Day, which seems odd it would be the day after Christmas.
Well, that's because now you can eat them.
Oh, that's true. Oh, one of the traditions that we have is that I get a bunch of boxes of candy canes and I put them on all the trees. And then my mom steals them and I get out a new box and replenish it. But that's always kind of a fun tradition is her hunting down candy canes off the trees. So
Wow.
I know it seems simple, but in my family, that's a real sweet memory.
Did you ever make it to where you it got down to like it was sharp from the sucking on the candy cane?
When I was a kid, yeah, but I usually just crunch my way through them.
Have you ever done it with your butthole?
No, but I'm sure that there's a video out there somewhere. Well, yeah. So let's see. National Thank You Note Day. Do you write thank you notes?
Hell no.
Oh, I do to some. Yeah, I try to be that guy. Nephi might argue differently, but I try. Um, Also today, oh, you did celebrate this one. It's National Winers Day.
Whatever.
Oh, come on, we all give a little bit of wine, and not drink the wine, of course. But anyway, that's all for today. Oh, there's a spirit in the house.
You let
My,
me know. Okay. Well, you're on camera. No,
ah,
it's going online.
I'll
William.
I'll have to edit out.
No,
No
it's not.
worries.
You don't see anything.
More than you think. Anyway, let's see. We do have some birthdays coming up here. What do we have? Today we celebrate Princess Penelope. Oh, that's sweet. And also Eddie. Happy birthday. We have some other birthdays coming up soon, including happy birthday to Mark, Susan, oh, Gary. Gary, formerly of Cocktails and Cream Puffs. I said Gary of Cocktails and Cream Puffs.
That's 4 words, right?
Yes. I'm glad you remembered. Also, we've got Tim and James from the Taste Like Burning podcast. And we've got Mikey and Jacqueline, Kelly, Bear, David. Oh, that's sexy, sexy David. Mm-mm-mm. Also, Chris, Eric, DeAndre, Carlos, Paul, Medea. Oh, that's that Joey Boohecker. Also, it's Joey Boohecker, formerly of Cocktails and Cream Puffs. I say, Joey Boohecker from
Oh,
Cocktails and Cream
geez.
Puffs.
Yeah, and that's 4 words, right?
Yes! I'm glad you
I'm
remembered.
trying to read ahead.
Also, we've got Sage.
Oh, wait,
Cassie,
isn't that 4 words? Oh,
Sage?
wait, sorry, wrong time.
No. But Sage is from the men's chorus, our local men's chorus. Also, we've got Cassie, Aspen, Todd, DJ Sausage from the Univaz. Happy birthday, DJ. And, well, that's a business, so we'll just skip that there. What else we got here? I think we've got some more stuff. Well, we've got a little bit of stuff in our feed bag. And this is from Barry. And Barry writes in and says, Hanukkah is not the Jewish New Year. That's called Rosh Hashanah,
Right.
which means head of the year. Hanukkah is a major food holiday. The main course is usually a beef brisket, which sounds so good. The famous side is noodle kugel. Then, of course, latkes with sour cream, applesauce, or both. Sorry about that. The dessert is a jelly donut called sufgani oat. Sufgani oat. Yes, I said it right. Yay. Then we give gelt, which is the gold foil wrapped coins of chocolate. Fried foods are to commemorate the miracle of oil. And no, we don't put matzo on everything. And Matt, you're right. Don't say the Jews, say Jewish people. And that's it. Thank you, Barry, for writing in and talking about that. I really want to try some. Well, I've said on the last show that I want to try latkes, but I also would like to try the noodle kugel. I haven't had that before. So, all right. Time for chub hugs. Who you want to send some chub hugs out to?
Well, first of all those people who didn't get what they wanted for the holidays.
Oh, no cha-cha heels, black.
Right. So, for those people disappointed with what they got, well, go out and buy yourself something.
Oh,
You deserve it.
don't be embarrassed to ask for the receipt, right?
Oh, yeah, yeah, definitely, definitely.
Regift. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, they hurt your feelings if you hurt theirs.
Yeah.
If
Well,
they got you the wrong gift. And then as far as like to still, I mean, well, what's interesting is that we talk about the Ukraine people being stuck, in Europe with no power and now we're talking about the people on the East Coast who are stuck in the snow with no power.
Right.
Oh my God. I just, they were getting, well, they set up in Buffalo, New York that they got like hit really hard.
Hmm. And we
And
know a lot of people in Buffalo, actually.
yeah, so I mean, they said it's like a 50-year storm, that they got. And well, just all those people traveling that have to travel with all these planes being, canceled, all the flights canceled. That's just nightmare,
Yeah.
nightmare.
Yeah. Yeah. It definitely is. Okay, so my chub hugs go out to Mr. Moose for his sauce recipe that he sent me. Thank you very much for that. And also to everybody who sent Christmas cards and wishes and everything. They were very appreciated and really made my holiday. So thank you so much for that.
Well, now, how come Moose has only posted two things since Christmas? On Christmas, the lettuce eating rabbit.
Hmm.
I didn't say rat, I said rabbit. And there
Good.
was a belch coming out.
Okay.
Um,
Lovely.
and then he watched The Fableman, and then he liked that. And then no food, no drink. Uh, I'm worried
Yeah,
something could
yeah.
be wrong.
Well, and he didn't send in much for what's in your lunchbox. So I imagine he just decided to take the time and enjoy the holidays and enjoy his bunny and his hubby and just chill. And after all the work that he did on all those decorations, he deserves to just chill.
Well, I'm wondering when he takes them down. Is he a right after Christmas takedown?
Well, I imagine it's probably for the next month. But
Okay.
yeah,
Well, we'll find out shortly because it's
yeah,
he's got to let us know what's happening.
right. Now, I didn't get my decorations finished actually until New Year, or I mean New Year's, until uh, Christmas Eve. I didn't have ornaments on a lot of trees, and I didn't have one tree put together. So I'm leaving mine up until New Year's so that it honors everything that I did.
Well, as soon as we're done here, stuff's coming down.
Yeah, last year I was kind of the same way, but this year, nope. This year I am leaving it up for a while. Anyway, Tom wants to talk to you about.
What? Oh, I didn't think we were that close.
Oh, I was very close after what I saw earlier,
Ew,
sometime. I'm
what the
just kidding.
hell that? Oh. Let's see. So I'm watching Morgan City on. Well, I finished actually. Morgan City, Ghost of Morgan City on Discovery Plus. They have the Ghost of Morgan City. They have the Ghosts of the I can't remember what it's called, but it's up in Montana. And then they have three of them that they bring out every couple of years, where they stick a bunch of psychics in an area that's been having a lot of psychic activity. So it's really fun show. Morgan City, I think, was my favorite of the group. It was really good. And they're only on Discovery Plus, so um, you need that. Let's see, no Connors this week. Willow, I'm caught up, but I mean, nothing happened. Um, we're here. I didn't write down where they were. Oh, they're in Florida, and it's weird because they didn't have the big drag show at the end of the show. They said continue it continued next week. So you're
Ah,
gonna have a double Florida the people are like all scared because of the trans transphobia that's being created over in Florida, with this
yeah,
don't say gay. They're putting, threatening to put doctors and teachers in jail you know, if they encourage any of this stuff. So it's all a lot of ugliness.
right.
Um, We finished all the Harry Potters by Christmas Day. So we saw all
Oh,
of them
good.
again. That was really fun. Strange World just started up on Disney. Haven't watched it yet. I did get to see Elf, White Christmas. Both those really enjoyed them.
Good.
1899, which is on Netflix about a ship that goes missing, like a Bermuda Triangle thing. And then when they find this new ship finds the old ship, all of a sudden their compasses go crazy, and and they have no communication, so they don't know what's going on. It's like um, scary turn of the century ghost thing. Let's see. Alice in Borderland just started season 2 on Netflix,
Mhm.
which was a about a bunch of people who had been targeted to um, go into like a different dimension or something. It's a weird show, but
Okay.
we enjoyed it the first season. Uh, we're back to Cougar Town and to Big Mouth because we haven't watched those for a few months now because Sean kept saying all the lines to all the shows. So he said, until we're not repeating everything, we were still repeating everything, but we're watching it again. And I did see the Glass Onion on Netflix,
Oh yeah. How's
which
that?
is it was good. It's like Knives Out. Um, it's not your traditional kind of murder mystery. So,
Hmm.
but it's fun. It's fun stuff. And that yeah, then it's been really hard to watch things because they're either not on, nothing new is on,
Mhm.
uh, and or the stuff that they're showing, I mean, it's all football games and Pope speaking, and there's nothing new on regular programming. It's just a nightmare.
Yeah. Yeah, I hear you. Okay. Well, one of the so you caught up on Willow. I think I may be one episode behind, but I did catch up on, well, the first three, and I really enjoyed it.
Yeah,
Uh,
I'm like on five.
you're up on five. Oh, okay. So yeah, I'm a little bit maybe I watched four then, but yeah, I think I'm a little behind. Um, I did on Christmas Eve, I forced myself to sit and watch Spirited. Now I say I forced myself until about 10 minutes in, and then all of a sudden I was all in. I really enjoyed it. I think this is one of this would have been my recommendation for a must watch for this year. It was just really good, and Ryan Reynolds is a little bit older now, and he's got a little. He's just adorable. Oh my God, he's so sexy. I'm just I just love my Ryan Reynolds now. But yeah. Anyway, it was great. I actually listened to the soundtrack by itself last night. Um, it was really well done. I didn't even mind Will Ferrell. I thought he did really well with the character. Um, Normally he plays it stuff too over the top for me, but not in this one. Excellent, excellent movie. Do you
Well,
agree?
good day to you too.
That's a good afternoon. But yeah, and that was a really good number too. So I like it. It's non-traditional. It's almost like a little bit of a musical Scrooged in a way.
It
Not
is a musical, Scrooge. What are you talking about?
Scrooged, remember, with Bill
Uh,
Murray and all that. It was a non-traditional one that everybody just loves every year. This is kind of a non-traditional one that breaks the mold, but it's really good. All right. For my week, aside from that, I've been playing WoW a lot. I'm really enjoying this new expansion, and it's really nice to actually play the game again and enjoy it. Um, I watched a whole. Actually, I didn't watch too much of anything. I was busy doing other projects
wow.
and stuff like that. But I did watch A Christmas to Treasure, which is the gay Hallmark-ish romance. It's basically an old lady named Marley died, and the six kids that loved her uh, come back and get together for a treasure hunt around the house, about around the property where they grew up, and have to find keys and find love again, and blah 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 blah. And it was actually very sweet movie. It was not bad. Um,
So
it
did
may have
anybody
been a
get
little.
plowed?
What's that?
Anybody get plowed?
No, no, it was a Hallmark, so it's always fade to black. But in this one, there was no fade to black. It was just kissing. But at least they had, nice gay kissing. And, the gay couple was cute and everything. But the whole thing was basically to get them back together. Yay. I watched the 1995 Laverne and Shirley reunion on YouTube. And wow, realizing that just the reunion was 30 years ago. Wow. Um, if you want a little bit of nostalgia and to remember why Laverne and Shirley was so cool, go watch it.
I just farted.
That's lovely. Let's see. And then we have Scrooge and Marley, which you watched as well. This was recommended by our Timothy. And I actually liked it. Um, yes, it was like you said, it was a $35 budget. Uh, they did pretty well for that, actually. The part that I hated about it, and I think the thing that really messed up a lot of the movie was Scrooge. And I'm going to say a lot of it was his direction. Maybe not so much his acting, but his direction. And that was because he was so fucking mean. He was so fucking. It wasn't, he had no. And then at the end of it, he's all, ah. I'm like, he had nowhere to go, no range, even in the middle. Even in the middle, and by the time he got to the end spirit too, he was still a, and it wasn't just like, oh, he was a dick, or you could see where how he would get so cold because of what happened. It was just he was at 100% ass, and he chewed every bit of scenery that was on stage. I mean, it was just ridiculous. So that was the main issue with that. Speaking of that, I also watched a Christmas Carol from 2018 that was a Scottish modern interpretation with a businessman, and it was the same thing. The guy was they gave him no redeeming, like no glimmer of hope through the whole fucking thing, and then suddenly at the end he's all, oh, I'm changed. I'm like, no, there was no range, no. Ugh. So whatever. And you can find that one on Tubi if you want to watch it. I wouldn't recommend it necessarily, though. I found some new Christmas sitcom episodes, including The Patty Duke Show, Rhoda, and a few others, including two episodes of a show called Rodney Carrington. Did you ever hear of that?
No.
Yeah, I had never heard of it, but apparently it was a thing because it went on for several seasons. But it actually, the Christmas episodes were really funny. There was one where they parked in an illegal spot, and this 30-foot Jesus fell on their truck, judging them. Anyway, it was funny. Christmas with the Cranks, I watch every year. I don't know why, but I did. I've watched a whole bunch of Call Me Cat reruns of this season. In fact, actually, I think I rewatched the season several times, except for the baby episode. I skipped that one. Um, and then Hollywood Holiday Baking Championship reruns. I watch every night before bed, and I was really glad when Jesse Palmer took over, and I really like Jesse Palmer. Not to mention that he's very pretty, but
And the
honestly,
host of our favorite The Bachelor, Bachelorette, and Bachelor in Paradise.
Well, there is that. So I didn't know who he is, but I actually knew him before that for the
A
Hollywood
Bachelor?
Chips. Yeah, he was fine, but I'm serious. I think he's a really good host. So anyway, excuse me. Ah, goodness, everywhere.
Was that another sneeze slash
That
you
was a cough.
that was a
Is your Zoom working correctly?
well, I'm playing a game, so I'm not really watching.
Well, that makes sense. Farting and gaming. It's the life you always wanted. Anyway, we want to remind you to be loud, be proud, be too much, and to be you, just like Tom. Fat Marker Clothing wants those of us who've been told that we're too much of something to turn those negatives into positives. And Chubs Gone Wild listeners, you can do that by using the code FMWildChub to get 20% off anything while ordering over at fatmarkerclothing.com. And
Now,
now,
did you find out? Do they have a after Christmas sale?
no, I didn't see that they had an after Christmas sale.
If they
Well, that's
do,
cool.
yeah.
Okay. All right. Awesome. So go check it out. Get 20% off the 20% off. Well, I don't know if they will do that, but you can try.
You never know.
That's true. Well, it's time for advice. And of course, this comes from Dear Prudy over at slate.com. Go check them out. I'm in my 40s and I have been divorced for 10 years. I've been very happy on my own, but haven't had a great relationship in a long time. I also recently broke up with my boyfriend about 6 months ago. Oh, wait, boyfriend, period. About 6 months ago, I lost a close friend to a heart attack that was totally unexpected. I was friends with her and her husband for a long time, and losing her really hurt. Recently, her widowed husband and I attended a wedding of a coworker. At the reception, we talked, danced together, and had a good time. I always thought he was very handsome and a nice man, and that my friend was lucky to have him. Knowing what kind of man he is, I'd like to pursue a relationship with him. I know he may not be ready after 6 months, but I'm available when he is. Some at work saw how we interacted at the reception and have started saying that I'm a vulture for being interested in him. And someone else thought I wanted to sneak around with him while he was still my friend's husband, which is not true. This man is no longer married, and I think he's a great catch for someone my age. Is it wrong for me to be interested?
Oh, you're done?
Mhm.
Oh no, go for it.
See,
Tap that.
I'd say, you know, wait a little bit longer, but go out and, not out like on a date, but just
Yes, go out on a date.
go on
Have some
a
fun. Who
friend
cares what other
a
people
friend
say?
lunch or 6 months is not probably
Yes,
not ready.
what do you well, he if he thinks that he's ready, then he's ready.
Well, yeah, but this isn't saying that. But I mean, if he is ready, then that's fine.
Well, you make it sound like you gotta sneak around because the
I
people are
didn't say sneak around.
well, you
I'm
said
just saying you can put your foot in the water without necessarily, you know,
you mean just the tip?
throwing your tits at him. That's
Go
all
for
I'm
it.
saying.
That's what I say. Do it. Don't worry what people think.
I'll remember that for the future.
You're ugly today.
I am Mr. Playing Games and Farting.
Oh,
Anyway,
that's ugly. That's just manly thing to do.
manly. That's right. Well, at least you don't like lift your leg and stuff. All right. Hey, well, let's find out what Dear Prudy had to say. Is it wrong? It's not wrong to be interested, but I would be wrong to push for anything if he wasn't giving out clear signals about being ready to date again. You've been divorced for 10 years, so it's understandable you're eager to date someone you know well and feel strongly about, but he's only been widowed for half a year. let him take the lead. Don't start dropping hints that whenever he's done grieving, you'd like to go out. Yeah, it seems doable. Kind of like what I said.
Fuck him.
Well, now see, that's a whole different story. If you know,
Oh no, now we're dealing with that. This is just
there's a difference
dating.
between romance and
Well,
some for some people. For some people. Anyway. All right. Well, let us know what you think about that. chubsgonewild@gmail.com. Hey Chubs, Timothy asks, have you ever had someone of the opposite sex have a crush on you?
of course.
Yes. I was at journalism and she was a very, very sweet girl, but no, she was devastated when she found out that I was gay. Well, not devastated, but you know, and then
So she's the blind girl.
she
Okay.
got okay, but she got a crush on another one of our coworkers who then came out as gay too. So,
So
I
she
was
has a
very happy
type.
when she found a straight guy and had kids. But yeah. All right. Hey Chubs. Timothy asks, planes, trains, or automobiles?
Absolutely not. I hate it.
All of them?
No, I hate that movie.
Oh, I didn't think he was referring to the movie. I just thought he was asking. But yeah,
Um,
no, I don't care for that movie either.
I don't like well, we just don't have trains in California the way people have trains elsewhere in the world and
Yeah,
even in this country. So
we have
don't do a
Amtrak
lot of
and Park.
trains and planes. Oh God, I just hate flying. But believe me, if you have to go somewhere like long, you don't want to drive there. So I'd much rather fly, but I hate it. And driving, it's weird. Um, I find that driving just bothers my knees
Uh-huh. That happens
long
at some
drives.
point.
And then I get out of the car and I feel like, oh my God, my knees are just gonna, you know, it, they're just gonna give out, and I'm gonna be like a bunch of broccoli on the ground. But otherwise I just look old.
Hmm.
Oh, I'm so feeble and old.
Yeah, well.
Not
Um,
me. Don't make that sound like, well, yeah, everyone thinks of that, but
well, no, of course we all feel like that when we get out of a car for a long
oh
run.
no, it's not true.
Yeah, no,
I
yeah,
see
that's
people
very
just
true.
bolt out of the car like nothing.
Oh,
I've
some people. Oh, yeah. And our mutual friend who I go on drives with, he's just like, boop. And I'm like, fuck you, I need a few minutes. Um, for me, I've never flown. I've been on Amtrak a couple times. I did not mind it. I didn't have great
What's fine.
experiences afterward, but what?
No, train drive. It's fine on the train. It's comfortable.
Hmm.
It's the temperature's nice. No one, you don't have to worry about driving.
Hmm.
It does take a while,
Yeah.
and as far as like buses go,
Hot
uh,
buses, no, thank you.
yeah, I'll only do a bus if it's work related and they're taking us somewhere
Yeah,
fabulous,
if you're with a bunch of friends or whatever, I don't mind the bus.
and
But
it's local. That's
yeah,
fine.
yeah.
But the last bus I got on, I couldn't get into the bathroom.
God, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
yeah. So yeah, there was just no way I was getting in through that doorway. And it was like, okay, now the trip becomes longer
Uh-huh.
because I wouldn't have gotten up to go to the bathroom unless I really needed to go to the bathroom.
Right.
So
Uh,
it was, yeah, that was a problem with us, but that's not on the list. It's not on the list.
right. As for automobiles, I love car rides. I love traveling in the car. I love
And
uh
you have to tell them how you have to have the window down so you can stick your head out and feel the wind in your face.
actually there are some times when I love that. I absolutely love uh being on the road in the summer and have the windows down and the music blasting. I love car rides like that. Yeah, absolutely do. Anyway,
With your mom on the way to Safeway. You're out the window.
Well, I went to San Francisco last year with our friend, our mutual friend, Mr. Luigi, and it would have been really nice if he had not turned into road rage poop head. But
Yeah, yeah, that's always
oh
a
my gosh, it was like I have not seen him like that in so many years. Anyway, moving aside, Mr. Moose, what's in your lunchbox? Oh, by the way, if you want to send us Hey Chubs questions, send it to chubsgonewild@gmail.com like Timothy did, and we would really appreciate that. All right, what's in your lunchbox? Mr. Moose wrote in and said, Hey, Italian food today. Grilled chicken with bow tie pasta and a sun-dried tomato cream sauce. I love that. You know what? I need to try bow tie pasta. I don't ever think about getting it, but I need to. That looks really good.
so good. And it's funny because when you were reading it, I'm like going, well, this is bow tie pasta with a sun-dried tomato. I didn't see the chicken, or really didn't identify the chicken, but I could see the sun-dried tomato slices. You could tell that it's just a hint of cream sauce. It's not
Mhm.
huge. And then the Parmesan cheese crust. I could eat a bowl of this right now. I
Yeah,
want a bowl of this right now.
it looks really good. Looks well seasoned.
Yeah.
Okay, so
And I
thank
think
you
that's
so
like
much.
I think that may be a pumpkin seed there. So there,
Oh,
there may be some seeds in there.
hmm,
So just give it another little texture.
yeah. Well, thank you, Mr. Moose. And if you want to send us what's in your lunchbox, just go ahead and send it to chubsgonewild@gmail.com. And you can go check this out. Anything that's in the lunchbox, we will post the photos over on facebook.com/chubsgonewild. So go check
I'm
that out.
thinking that the reason why he hasn't posted anything over Christmas was because he wants to get it to us first before he posts it.
Oh, that must be it. I bet we're going to get an influx of photos.
Yeah, yeah,
I might have to, if we don't, I'll have to post my Snickers trees. So yeah,
yeah.
artfully arranged on a plate. Hey, Golden Rule Services want you to know about an important tool in preventing you from contracting HIV. PrEP is a medication proven to be 99% effective in preventing HIV infection. To learn more about PrEP, visit sacgrs.org. And find Tom's other podcast at swannerandjudd.com, where he cheats on me with that bitch.
And
Um,
not this week. Wait until next week. So you'll see it.
well, not
Actually,
next week either.
won't be until the other week. No wonder we're falling down on the number.
I know. And you can find my books over at justkisstheguy.com. You can find all of our links to our Facebook, Twitters, everything else over at allmylinks.com/chubsgonewild. Give us a call at
408-69 Chubs.
yes,
Ah,
anticipation. All right. Thank you so much for tuning in. We hope that you had a wonderful Christmas, that you're having a great Boxing Day and Kwanzaa, and we will see you on the new year. Bye.
bye.